brother has paid these people to cart me around and then call them and tell them where I am, so that if they want to send somebody to do me something, they can do that. So they pulled up in the lot, and we took the bags out, and God said, don't move right now. So I just stood there and I prayed until I felt like God said it was okay. So it's probably somebody in the area gonna try something, whether that's somebody who figures they're a sniper to try to shoot me, or somebody behind the ice chests or in the backyard gonna try to stab me. So Angola came back out the house to help me get the second bag. And we waited there for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then we walked across, and everything seemed to be okay. And maybe 5 or 10 minutes after, a guy came from behind the dumpster area. So that was Wednesday. And then this morning, yesterday, my brother came over here to the ice machine, probably to just check on me and see had I been hurt or whatever. And Angola got a picture of him. And this door right here, the screws were pretty much out of the door. They've pretty much been tearing up the door. When we sleep at night, they come up, and on the side, they can unscrew the screws that hold that door up there. And so we try to stay up all night long, run different shifts. You lay down and take a nap, I'll be awake. And then they broke the bottom of the rail there. So he's trying to make it so he can get in, or he can send somebody to get in to do us something. And I cast judgment on him and every little crackhead and meth head that thinks it's a good idea to try to kill a person who's never prostituted, never drank alcohol, never smoked any weed, never done any kind of drugs, that has been an activist trying to open a school and do good. That they're mad because I don't want to join their criminal organization, and I am telling on them. They took my money. They took everything. Evicted me from my home with my 4 children and my nephew. I now believe that my nephew was working with them but pretending to be with me. So, but my children are separated and stretched out. And that's because of what he did. My mom left 6 pieces of property. She said, do not sell this house. And this crackhead, meth head really, he probably does crack, but I think meth is his drug of choice. An alcoholic is running around here. He done acquired a new name. For some reason, I keep feeling like he might have killed or had killed my last child's father, Abraham Vada Jones, and he's living as him because my brother has a habitual DUI record. He can't get a driver's license again, but he's driving around like nothing of it. Now, yesterday when he came, he was in a black vehicle, kind of like a SUV type car. Before that, he was in a white truck, and I'm sure he still has his vehicles that he is using my money to pay for. If they still have me marked down as dead, then that means my money goes to whoever they paid the corrupt insurance agent to put down as the beneficiary. I would never put any of my siblings down as my beneficiary. That's not something I would ever do. And my son is not over there rolling in the dough, my firstborn child. So that means they just done a lot of fuck shit. So the creator of this fine universe sees it all. And in 2019, when God told me you're going to be rich, and I thought he said you're going to be a billionaire. So he gave me this campaign called Begging for a Billion. Now I see he might have meant a billion prayers, but you're still going to have millions and millions of dollars. Maybe you're going to beg for a billion prayers and you're still going to be a billionaire. So we set out to use the internet and to sell a billion chocolate bars, my children and I. And that's when things really started falling apart. So I'm going to get off this phone because my daughter has sat here so graciously and allowed me to make a pretty long video, and she has not complained. We're still cleaning up in here, so you see our mess a little bit here, a little bit there, but God is good. And we're going to do some washing. You can see the soil. Well, that's really soot from where, well, we're going to do some cleaning up. I'm going to stop there. So thank you, Angola.
No problem.
And I've been really hassling her about supporting me in documenting things and helping me with my YouTube channel and my Instagram channel. And I guess at some point I'm going to do a TikTok channel too. But you all pray for me because these family members really are trying to kill me. I guess my brother is the spearhead of it, but two of the old dudes, and I don't even know if Donnie Dwayne Flowers is still alive. He might have faked his death, and he has a new identity too. And the same thing could be true for John Waldron, but I don't get that. They need body parts, and I think that whoever my fraudulent husband is, the thief that they married me to on paper, I have never been married on paper. Never. Whoever that is, he's the one that put an insurance policy on my head. My brother probably had an insurance policy. Abe would seem like the kind of motherfucker that would get an insurance policy on me too. And then when I die, everybody just, cash in their $200,000 policy, $600,000 between them all, and they're like, yay! And they treat me like they think, bitch, go ahead and die so that everybody else can live. But I'm like, you three motherfuckers ain't doing nothing but fuck shit. I'm doing righteous work, so why would I lay down my life for y'all to continue fuck shit? And I know that the Creator is keeping me because my children and I are high-minded people and we try to do good work. They are fake Christians. They know they lying and they doing fuck shit. So today is Friday, June 9th, 2023. I'm in Tampa, Florida. Near my home, 6010 North 32nd Street, Tampa, Florida 33610. So if you can help investigate, help me. I'm going to go ahead and file fraud on my name with DCF because I'm sure that somebody's already getting food stamps in my name. Somebody's already getting Medicaid in my name. This AIDS whore is probably putting all kind of fuck shit in my records. But people know me. They know I ain't went to no motherfucking allopathic doctor. They know I ain't been nowhere to no white coats. I don't even kick my game like that. That's a deadly game. When you go into the white people and you practice bloodletting and let them put needles and shit in you. You're assuming that the needle is clean, but shit, they might be done dipped that shit in AIDS. AIDS might already be in there. And then they slide it in your veins. And don't tell me I'm talking crazy when we already know the one case that slipped through, which was the syphilis case with the black men. That is one case, but they are practicing on us all the time. That's one of the reasons I stay away from Medicaid. They stole children from me. My mom begged me to sign up for Medicaid, and I knew that I should, just get my midwife and take care of myself. I read Ina Gaskin's book. I think it was called The Farm, but it was a bunch of techniques that you use to give natural childbirth safely and do your own prenatal care and stay out of the system. So I was equipped. No, I wasn't equipped, but I was ready to equip myself. And my mom just kept begging me to be a part of this system. And as a result of me going in and talking to these motherfucking allopathicians, they considered my desire for lotus birth, leaving the placentas attached to my children unclamped, unsqueezed, so that my children could get all of their blood. I was pregnant with twins, a boy and a girl. And that was going to be my last birth. I prayed for twins. God gave them to me. I left the Alternatives Abortion Clinic across from Hillsborough High School off of Osborne and Central Avenue in Tampa to give birth to these children. My dad was sick, and I was juicing, lettuce, carrots, beets, and feeding my dad through the feeding tube, trying to revitalize his liver because my dad is a severe alcoholic, was. So I listened to my mom instead of listening to God, and my children ended up being kidnapped from me at Morton Plant Mease Hospital, Clearwater Beach, Florida. And they called me crazy, and a so-called baker acted me and came into the room and stole both of my placentas, which I was taking home with me to have a naming ceremony and plant trees on top of them. And the pathologist and risk management came and stole my placentas. rolled me down to the psych ward. I sat there for an hour and I decided not to fight it because I'm like, they sent this security guard in with this bucket full of clear liquids. And I knew from watching Ronald Cogman Jr., when they doped him up with Risperdal, he couldn't close his mouth, he couldn't stand up straight, and it was because of they overdosed him with Risperdal, and then they make the adjustments and lessen the dose to get you where you need to be so that you can function. So I kept sitting there praying, please God, don't let these people inject me with any of these things that they have. And they didn't. They went in the room, they took the placentas, which that was $1 million plus. I'm RH negative, so that was probably close to like $3 million. And they had me under some kind of watch or something, and they sent people in to agitate me so I would act out so that they could record it and make sure that I didn't get my children. So guess who I now understand was behind it? That fat bitch Natalie Renee Carnegie, that piece of shit. I stayed with her in St. Augustine. She was supposed to be trying to help me get my children. But this bitch was behind the scenes laughing at me because she's the reason that my children got taken. And she's probably been getting child support for my daughter that just was on camera. Because she was with her dad, who left me the day that I gave birth to this child, February 25th, a Sunday after I left the paper corner. He and Wes, East and West, I called and said, I'm in labor. Come back and help me. He's like, oh, basically I got something to do. He probably rolled his ass up there with that fat bitch Natalie in Tallahassee. I gotta stop. The story is really long. I've been going through traumatic experiences due to witchcraft and energy manipulation by these people. And God is now freeing me from all of them. So, praises be to the Great One. Amen and Hotep. Tampa, Florida. Begging for $1 billion. SOS 5, STEM G Academy. Reality Speaks Again TV.